Okay, so I have this list of questions. Who's there today?
Peggy, your mom's mom, your father-in-law, your uncle, your grandfather on father's side of the family. Three, four sweet peas, including the junior.
I love you.
Or sorry, 4 football players, including the junior. The
Junior's like, I'm not a sweet pea.
the 5 in the back are the sweet peas.
Okay. Does it make the room more colorful, Jamie, when they come?
More colorful, I guess.
Okay.
It's more
No insult to the human spirits, but are they more colorful?
busy.
Busy. Okay.
They are more colorful, yeah, like the color of their skin and everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my eye itches. Um, and then oh, Chris,
Anthony?
my office is like having a huge blowout right now.
Okay.
The Chris with the hair.
Yep. Chris Gedney. I mean, Christopher Gregoire. Chris Gregoire. Kenyatta's son.
Gregoire, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, he's sitting down. He's usually standing over here with everybody, but he's sitting down. And then we have Griffin.
Yeah. He's more comfortable.
And then he said, he's more comfortable. He said he was invited to sit down by your mother. And your son says, why don't you ever start with me? I don't know.
I was going to say, and the star of the show, is he there? Griffin?
He is here.
Okay, Griffin. We know it's your show. Okay. I love you. But can we share? Can we play well with others in the sandbox?
He said, yes, Mama.
Okay, good. That's the way I taught you. Chris, that's so funny that you came. I'm so impressed, and I can't wait to tell your mom, because I was asking her if she would commit to doing a reading with me, because Jamie said that would be okay, like to show all our faces, and it'd be interesting to have a couple other moms, that have lost children, and then everyone too. How do you feel about that, Chris?
He's game.
Okay, cool. She just has to work her work schedule around it. And she called me. It gives me the chills. She FaceTimed me for my birthday, and I met your sister Camille. She was so sweet, and she just wanted to tell me happy birthday and stuff. And I could see in her eyes, it's like we're getting so connected. She had had a hard few days, and with your dad and football, and it's like she couldn't talk in front of her daughter, even though she did say, how Daddy's brain is messed up. Marshawn has a child in heaven, because I said, your brother's in heaven with my son. And she said, and also she was married to a football player that has head trauma also, like how we say Daddy's brain's messed up. And she said, oh, the little girl was so sweet, your sister. And so it looked like she had had a hard week, and she told me that, and I said, oh, I see it in your eyes, like you don't even have to say a word, like I've lived it, so yeah. Hard when you're trying to raise kids too. Really, really hard. Yeah.
He's just he's thanking you again and again. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I love her. I feel so connected to her. For someone I've never physically met in person, I mean, I totally love her, and I feel her love towards me. Like, it's a beautiful thing, It's a beautiful thing. So thank you. It's when you come, it just makes her day. So I can't wait to share that with her. And hi, everybody. I love you. And Griffin, I love you.
And Daddy's sitting down.
Right, exactly. So Griffin,
He's like, right. Griffin says, right. I'm just second tier now.
Right? No. So Griffin, I've got there's no tears over there, right? Okay, so I've got some questions, and I've got 2 hard questions now that Dylan just dumped his on me and Milagro, which we'll get to, but I wanted to start off in a different kind of way. So I just wanted you to finish these sentences, okay? with what your response would be, Griffin. And if Griffin, if you're stumped, anyone can jump in or whatever. But Griffin, I'd like you to take charge. Okay. When you realize it's always been up to you, is that true or false?
He goes, wait, you mean me in
With
spirit or
in
me
human
if I
beings,
were
these are
alive?
all human. These are all human questions, right? When you realize it's always been up to you, is that true or false?
True.
Okay. My husband left me today. You're a human. What do you say to another human if you were here today?
He said, if my husband left me,
Sure, today. Like someone walks up to you and said, here I am, the positive person with all the positive posts, but my husband left me today. Please don't call me or text me. I'm going to bed with a bottle of wine. What do you say to that person?
oh, what do you say to the person? He was
Right.
acting like he was the one that the husband left. He goes, first of all, it's none of anybody's business why
Yeah.
my husband left me. He goes,
Right.
so I don't know why I'm about to tell them. He
No.
said, unless it was somebody close to me or family or a therapist.
No, it was
Um,
actually to make it deeper, it was actually an NFL wife that's very religious and puts always positive, positive, positive. Like you'd never know there was a dark side to her world. I don't know her, and it doesn't matter because this happens on the daily, so it doesn't even necessarily point out her that I'm talking about. But how do you respond to that? I was curious, like if you had to come back now, knowing what you know now, you could come back just for a day, and someone walked up to you and said, "My husband left me today." What would you say? I mean, a long-term marriage with kids and blah blah blah.
he said my first reaction would be to touch their arm if I'm physically in front of them, or touch somewhere that's safe, shoulder, elbow,
Okay.
and simply just say, thank you for feeling comfortable enough to tell me that your husband left you today. And he said I would wait. Most of the time after that, that's all they needed. Just for somebody to repeat it back to them, for somebody to say, holy shit, I see your reality the way that you're experiencing it right now. Guess what? That makes you not alone. He goes, most of the time, that's just enough. I wouldn't give any advice. I
Okay.
would, though, if the look back at me was, I need a little bit more, or like, I'm still standing here looking at you very hopeless and I'm scared and I don't know what to do.
Okay.
He says, then I would offer a moment of, hey, I'm here if you want to tell me anything else.
Right.
And he said, after that, I would give that person permission I would give that person two permissions. The first one being, you can say that shit to me in any way that you want to, and you can tell me 100 and 1,000 times. I won't get tired of it
Okay.
because I recognize you've got to say it that many times to make it real for you. So I
Okay.
can be that go-to person.
Okay.
The second permission I would give is you can say whatever you want about that situation.
Uh,
I'm not going to hold you to whatever you're saying,
okay.
because when we're hurting, when we're spiraling, when we get new news of excitement or difficulty,
Right.
we don't often know how to be with it. So while you're trying to learn how to be with it and you want to say whatever the hell you want, I'll listen to it, but I won't hold you to it at all until you get to that moment of clarity where you
Mhm.
can really talk about it,
Uh-huh.
and then we can make it that way. And he
Okay.
says,
Oh,
after
I love.
that, yeah, he says after that, I'm hands off. I don't hear from them in 2 days and 3 days. He goes, then I would reach out on social media. If I have their number, I'd text them, be like, hey, thinking of you. Not, oh my God, how are you doing since your husband left? Are you lonely? He goes, I wouldn't put a finger in any of that because
Okay.
that's their job.
Okay.
It's my job to be that outside connection and that friend. And I would say, hey, I was thinking of you. How are you doing today?
Right.
Hey, I was out pulling weeds. Did you pull your weeds today? Talk about something common, non-threatening to get them to reconnect to their day-to-day life. Because don't
Okay.
you ever find after moments like this where you get that news, the extreme news, good or bad,
Yeah.
even though there is no good and bad, he says, but that's the
Right.
way we're going to describe it. When you
Right.
get that kind of news, you get in this zone. It's like a wah, 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 wah zone.
Yes.
And he says, and life doesn't make sense anymore. You're so disconnected from it.
Right.
You're like, who cares? Going to the grocery store, that's not important. I just
Right.
found out, my husband has cancer. Why am I going to a grocery store?
Right.
The day-to-day things that we busy ourselves with that make us feel important. He does this, important, uh,
Right.
don't really feel important anymore. And he
Right.
said, and to help people through that, I think just talking about real common, like, hey, did you get out? Did you have a walk today? I was walking today and he goes, and just share, personally and honestly.
I would never say this to somebody, even though I've had people say this to me. I, I don't like it and I don't find it comforting. I know it's sad, but you're going to be okay. I don't like it. I don't like hearing Griffin's in a better place. I don't like those kind of things.
Griffin's like, that is bullshit.
I feel they're dismissive.
Oh, and he says it's full of assumptions.
Right.
Why would you
I'm
be
not
okay?
if you're going to be okay.
Keep your head up. There
Right.
could be worse things. You're
Yeah,
still
exactly.
alive.
Right. Right.
That's like when you're hurting with a headache and somebody goes, I'll fix that, and they step on your toe.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah,
are you
exactly.
serious right now?
Yeah.
So he says, no, I wouldn't say that. He goes, you know what? And if somebody said to me, he goes, I'm sorry, but what was the line? You'll feel better.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I know it's sad, but you'll be okay. Or Griffin is in a better place. That happens a lot too.
I know it's sad, but you'll be okay.
Uh,
Griffin, he's got this real snarky voice on him right now.
right.
He says, really, I would look at them and say, thank you for recognizing that it's sad.
And that's it.
But the fact, your faith in me that I will be okay, you know, I need that,
Right.
but I don't need you to deliver it to me in that way.
Right. Like you're
So
rushing because I don't
yeah,
know when I'm going to be okay. I'm not today. Yeah.
yeah, hang on to it for a little bit.
Right.
Help me get through it.
Right.
But
But I'm coming out of a 30-year marriage. I can't just step out. That's a grieving process. The death, you know.
Griffin goes, why are people so afraid to grieve?
Hell if I know. Hell if I know.
That's like this.
It's not talked
Is this
about.
your word today? Right. He's saying bullshit again. That's probably the fourth time he has said it today. It's just his word right
Right.
now.
That's okay.
He said it's bullshit. It's like when we say if people are poor, financially poor, that they're
Right.
not happy.
Right.
That's just crazy. It's nonsense.
Right.
He says that's like saying people who are wealthy are happy.
Oh my
And
God, millionaires blow their heads off every day, just so y'all know. Go ahead. Every day.
statistics show.
My dad used to
And
say that. Yeah.
see, it's not the end game.
Mm-mm.
And Griffin says there's all kinds of misconceptions that grieving is not a good thing to do.
Right.
So there's no crying, there's no taking time and processing what's wrong, because the happiness is the goal. The being wealthy and the being happy is a goal. And he goes, those things, they're totally unrelated and cannot be defined in that way.
Right.
Let people grieve. Let people grieve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm that weird person that will go deep into grief. I'll watch a sad movie. I'll listen to sad songs until I just need it. And then I'm over it. You know what I mean? I go right into it. I dive right in the deep end and enjoy it. Enjoy the
What's
pain.
your sad song playlist?
Oh my God. I love Depeche Mode. I love Somebody. Have you heard Somebody by Depeche Mode?
Oh
Um,
yes, that
I
was
like I like the song Fade Into You. I like the song A Song for You, Donny Hathaway. I like Luther Vandross. I like Andrea Bocelli. I like Stevie Wonder. I like Sia, Breathe. I like,
Is
I
it-
can go on and on and on and on. Yeah.
Griffin says, please, Mom, let's make a playlist.
Okay.
A good grief, a good, oh my God, I love that.
I like
Good
Queen.
grief playlist.
I like Coldplay, Fix You. I like so many. Everything. Yeah. Griff had great music. I like Tupac. I like all of it.
Wow, he's into
Prince.
tickling noses.
Yeah. Today.
Yeah.
He's
I
trying to
keep
get it there. Do you think
seeing,
you have a hair hanging out? I can't see. I'm
no,
just
I look kind of clean. That's why I was like, man, I better check myself.
no, I'm
But
kidding.
it's funny, it feels like it comes straight across the tip of my nose.
Right? If you're gonna play with something, Griff, play with something else. That's annoying. Okay, so
He knows what he wants to play with. To Mom.
I know, right? Mom, that's so gross.
No.
Okay, thank you. I love your answer. I just love, love, love your answer because you're making an opening for someone. And I was always scared to tell things like I would share a lot with my mother about my marriage. But if I voted for Eric and went back, it was a wash. And when she didn't keep on saying, but you said this and you said that, because sometimes you need to get stuff off your chest. You guys separate for a while and then you reunite. And then everybody holds what you said against you. Like they're in your relationship. And sometimes
Yes.
people are just taking a break. You don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day, really, even if a person said they're leaving you. I've seen people get back together all the time.
That's
You know what I'm
very
saying?
true.
Yeah.